Inspector General of Police undertakes duty tour to tackle security challenges in Plateau State. Subsidy palliatives top agenda as Vice President Shetima presides over second NEC meeting. Strange disease kills 4 in Kaduna, 10 others quarantined. On the foreign scene, 1 dead, over 40 injured in suspected gas explosion in South Africa. These are the headlines on Trust News Update this hour. Thank you for joining. I am Ayuba Ilya. And now the details. Acting Inspector General of Police Olukayode Egbetokun has on Wednesday met with Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang to address the security concerns in Plateau State. The meeting, according to the police boss, dwelt on strategies and solutions to the lingering security challenges in the state in recent times. Ado Musa completes the story.
The visit is coming on the heels of the recent attacks on communities in Mangu and Yom local government areas and other parts of the state, where more than 300 lives have reportedly been lost. The IGP said that reports he received indicate that the attacks were based on political, social and economic factors, which require the cooperation of the government to address. The acting IGP assured the governor of the police force commitment to restoring law and order in the state, pledging to deploy additional personnel to the region and improve intelligence gathering to curb criminal activities effectively.
We are going to collaborate with other security agencies here in Plateau State, and we will be committed to the cause of restoring peace in the troubled area of the state. We will not relent until we are able to achieve, until we have achieved our purpose. I am not on this mission to fail, and I believe that we are going to succeed together.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang expressed his concerns regarding the security situation in the state and promised to collaborate with police and other security agencies to end the crisis.
To ensure that criminality is eliminated on the plateau. We therefore want to thank you for this demonstration of commitment, having come here in person to assess for yourself and not just to rely on hearsay. We believe that your coming will ginger the people, will restore confidence in the people, and that even your officers and men will know that you mean business.
In the last 3 months, the state had witnessed a series of attacks and counter-attacks, mostly between farming communities and pastoralists, leading to loss of lives and properties. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
The House of Representatives has called on all security agencies to do more by adopting new strategies to stop daily attacks, kidnapping and killings in Batsari, Safana and Amusa local government areas of Katsina State. The call followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Safana, Batsari, Amusa Federal Constituency, Abubakar Aliyu Ilyasu, at the plenary on Thursday. Presenting the motion, he said that there is pervasive insecurity in his constituency as a result of incessant attacks on communities by bandits. He therefore called on the Inspector General of Police, service chiefs and all other relevant agencies to act fast to curtail the bandits' activities in the affected areas. The House adopted the motion and referred it to the Committee on Security and Intelligence. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court Abuja has ordered the Department of State Services to grant the leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, access to a medical doctor of his choice on grounds that he requires urgent ear surgery. Justice Nyako also ordered the Secret Police to monitor, record and seal all medical sessions administered on the IPOB leader for security purposes. The trial judge also dismissed the preliminary objections filed by the DSS challenging the application before it on grounds that Kanu has the right to medical services even in detention. The court in its ruling ordered that all Kanu's medical records be made available to the IPOB leader. Kanu, who has been in the custody of the DSS since June 2021, is facing terrorism-related charges brought against him by the secret police. The National Economic Council meeting is being held at the council chambers of the State House in Abuja on Thursday. The meeting, which was chaired by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, had in attendance governors of the 36 states of the Federation, the Director General of the Nigerian Governors Forum, as well as stakeholders from the World Bank and other agencies of government. This meeting deliberated on the reviewed palliative package for Nigerians following the removal of petrol subsidy and the recent hike in petrol prices as a result of market forces. The review was instructed by President Bola Tinubu and was top on the meeting agenda among other issues. The media was excused as the meeting was in a closed-door session, and resolutions from the meeting are expected to be communicated afterwards. Now to the economic hardship. Residents of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, have expressed their dissatisfaction with the recent hike in the pump price of fuel since the removal of the subsidy on the product. Speaking to Trust TV correspondent, a cross-section of residents lamented how the new pump price will further exacerbate the high cost of living in the country by inflating the price of goods and services.
For me, 200 is okay. 200, 250 a liter is okay. But 650 is too much. 400 we are complaining, 550 complaining, 650 it's too much. We won't be able to come to work, meet up, because where they pay us 300, and if you don't come to work, how are you going to survive? We don't have any source of living. It's too much. We won't be able to cope.
Because people are suffering, people are crying there and night. No food, nothing, no place. There's no way for people to eat food because of the quarantine. And the second, let government also break everything down. Mostly the transport fare, so that the first subsidy that they know that they will break it down for us. As we now I'm going home now. I'm going to go. Coming 150. Now I'm going to university. I'm going to pay double transport. So let it help us so that we break everything down.
The salary, how much is the salary of the workers in Nigeria? The minimum wage is how much? As you can see, how much? Even if you are receiving more than 200,000, how much do you go the food stop? Your children, and you have people surrounding you, all they're expecting from you. So please the government has to look maybe to increase the minimum wage so that it will assist the workers.
Now, the JAMB candidate at the center of the recent fake result controversy, Mmesoma Ejikeme Joy, has apologized to the board as well as Nigerians over her actions. She tendered her apology during an investigative hearing organized by the House Ad Hoc Committee on the alleged manipulation of Mmesoma's JAMB result. The report.
Mmesoma Ejikeme was caught in the web of manipulation of a JAMB result, where she scored 249 but instead jacked it to 362 to gain undue advantage over her peers during the recently concluded UTME examination. Mmesoma, who asked for forgiveness, blamed her action on ignorance, saying she has learned her bitter lesson from the whole episode.
I apologize for all the apportioned blame and all the pains I have caused. I want to emphasize that ignorance played a significant role in my misguided action. I lacked a clear understanding of the far-reaching consequences and the impact my actions would have. Words cannot adequately describe the depths of pain I feel for letting you down. This is the first time in my life and academic studies that I will be accused for any form of misbehavior. Therefore, I plead for leniency and total forgiveness for my misconduct.
Members of the committee who took turns to advise Mmesoma on the need to turn a new leaf after learning a bitter lesson from her experience also commended JAMB for its thoroughness.
You mentioned that there was an article sometime in August last year, and that article tended to encourage fraud, if I understood you well, because it said how you can score high, but aside from that, had a number that was sort of indicative that if you contact that number, certain things can happen. You almost said it's possible that that could have led to a few of the infractions that you have. Not just from Mmesoma. In your words, you have others that you investigate. For the previous years, you also have had issues. Some people are locked up somewhere by virtue of the fact that they are appearing before a court.
Sadaso the Federal Lawmaker Castina. Earlier, the registrar, JAMB, Isiaka Oluyede, had explained steps it took to ensure that the UTME is protected to make sure that it meets the objectives of ensuring that it ranks its candidate rightly.
At least 4 people have died and over 10 others admitted at Sir Patrick Yakowa Memorial Hospital, Kafanchan, following an outbreak of an unknown disease in Kafanchan area of Jemaah local government area of Kaduna State. Confirming the incident, the secretary of the hospital, Ezra Joshua, said that the hospital has taken the samples to Kaduna to confirm the type of the disease as well as its possible treatment. Reports say that all the nursery and primary schools in Kafanchan were locked down by the school's authorities, who has sent their pupils back home to avoid a spread of the disease that was reported on Wednesday. Joshua, who warned parents to stop referring their children to native doctors, urged them to quickly rush to the nearest hospital if they notice any symptom of the disease. A night fire has destroyed some shops at Kasuwa Rimi Market in Kano, firefighters said on Thursday. Spokesman of the Kano State Fire Service, Saminu Abdullahi, said that 10 shops were destroyed in the fire, which occurred at about 8:40 p.m. on Wednesday. Abdullahi added that 6 permanent and 4 temporary shops were completely razed, while 1 public convenience was slightly burnt. He said that the fire was caused by an electric spark from an improvised structure, adding that the incident was under investigation. The spokesperson, however, said that there were no injuries or death, and advised traders to always double-check and ensure they switch off all electrical appliances and disconnect them from source before leaving the market. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at what traders want the resumption of Kano Nguru train service. Details and more after the break.
That's great.
Welcome back. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at the top stories. Inspector General of Police undertakes duty tour to tackle security challenges in Plateau State. Subsidy palliative stop agenda as Vice President Shetima presides over second NEC meeting. In other news, the Nigeria Army has intercepted a truck transporting about 16,000 liters of adulterated diesel for sale to unsuspecting users in Port Harcourt and environs. The illegally refined diesel was stored inside 80 drums and worth over 14 million naira on street values. The commander of the 6th Division Garrison Nigerian Army, Port Harcourt Brigadier General Eddie Effiong, while presenting the seized truck, said that the truck was arrested on Sunday along Okporowo Road in Ohuada East local government area by army troops of a security checkpoint in the area. Effiong, who is also the commander of the Sector 3 Operation Delta Safe Military Joint Task Force, said that occupants of the truck abandoned their vehicle and escaped into the nearby bush on sighting the army checkpoint up ahead of them. Traders in Guru local government area of Yobe State are calling on the federal government to restore Kano to Guru train services. The Kano Guru train service has been facilitating movement of mostly agricultural commodities and other goods from Kano to Guru town in the northeast. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that the train service has not been operational for over a year.
For over 1 year now, this place, which used to be a hub of loading and uploading goods from Guru in Yobe State to the Nigeria's commercial city of Kano, has now stopped operation. I believe the reason why the train stopped coming is because we don't have people who will put pressure on the authorities. Because coming of the train is a relief to the poor man. Whenever it stops, a lot of businesses also stops. Traders say despite efforts to get the authorities restore the train services was not successful.
Some say that as a result of the operational challenges against that trend, that restrained the train from coming from the Kano to this present town. And the most of our own journey, like we have the lots of the masses over there in this present town. But what they needed now, they needed the assistance of the government to come into their aid as a result of the provision of that train for them now here. But we failed to get.
According to residents in Guru town, over the years, the Guru Kano train transportation has remained a major means of transporting goods to Kano for onward distribution to other parts of the country. Unfortunately, most of the facilities here were alleged to have been stolen. Before now, when you enter this place, you will know that it's a train station. But now they have stolen everything. Today they will bring a new station manager. The next thing, he will start selling the train parts in our very eyes. High cost of diesel and logistical problems are some of the few but major challenges believed to have been threatening the continued operation of Guru to Kano train services. Although all attempts to speak with the station manager was not successful, however, Chairman of Guru Local Government Madu Kachalla say they are presently in touch with the officials of the Nigeria Railway Corporation to see how the situation could be resolved. We visited the railway officials 3 times to see how they can repair where was said to have been damaged, and they promised to come. We in fact trying to see how to modernize the railway so that it can even pass from here to Gashua down to Damaturu. Meanwhile, from both sides, traders are hopeful that the federal government will intensify efforts to restore its operation for the overall development of the nation's economy. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Yobe.
Former President Muhammadu Buhari attended the Katsina Development Trust Fund retreat, his first public outing since leaving office on May 29. Abdullahi Amadi reports that the retreat was held in the government house.
Buhari has maintained low profile in his country home in Daura after completing his tenure of office as president in May. During this appearance at the Katsina State Development Fund's retreat, the former president extolled the importance of the funds towards uplifting education, health, agriculture, and other facets of human capital development. The former president was appointed pioneer chairman of Katsina State Development Funds, but he resigned to pursue his ambition of leading the country in 2003, though he did not succeed.
The importance of Kidonia in Katsina State cannot be overstated. Over the years, it has played a vital role in fostering community engagement, enhancing security, and promoting social cohesion. The efforts put forth by Kidonia have undoubtedly contributed to the well-being and development of our beloved state.
This retreat, put together by the Board of Trustees on the Advisory Committee of Kidonia Jihar Katsina, is seen by many residents as a step towards the right direction.
In recognizing the need for continuity and progress, the current Board of Trustees has demonstrated great foresight by organizing this strategic retreat by focusing on sustainability. They have acknowledged the evolving challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
Governor Dikko Umar Rada listed agriculture and poverty reduction among his key priorities. The governor may find this development fund as a veritable tool to reinvigorate some sectors of the state's economy.
It is in a drive to promote developmental activities in the state and to also complement the effort of the government to make life better for the citizens of Katsina State. And I want to assure you, our elders, that we are committed to making Katsina State great, inshallah. And I want to assure you that we'll block all the kitties and make the government very transparent, and will be accountable to the people and the mandate to do.
Public commentators believed that this retreat will go a long way in strengthening interventions through the development fund, especially in the areas of agriculture, health care delivery, water supply, and other community development programs. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Now, on the foreign scene, a suspected underground gas explosion ripped open roads and flipped vehicles in the heart of South Africa's biggest city, killing one man and injuring over 40 people, authorities and emergency services said on Thursday. The cause of the blast, which happened during Wednesday's evening rush hour in downtown Johannesburg, remained unclear. The company that supplies gas to that part of the city said it did not believe its underground pipelines were responsible as authorities first thought. Johannesburg's Emergency Management Services spokesperson Robert Mulaudzi said on Twitter that the body of the deceased was found during a nighttime search of the blast area. An investigation is underway as the city authorities brought in specialists to determine whether other underground pipes or cables were in the area and if there was a threat of another explosion or gas leak. The premier of the Gauteng province, Panyaza Lesufi, said that 12 people remained in several Johannesburg hospitals for medical treatment. The other 36 people who were hurt had been discharged. And that's a wrap on the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ila. Thanks for watching.